You've been told your labs are normal, but you still feel exhausted, foggy, and like your body just isn't working the way it should. If you're frustrated and wondering why nothing is changing, I'm going to share 3 things that might be keeping you stuck with Hashimoto's that most doctors never bring up. I'm Naira, a certified holistic nutritionist and your Hashimoto's BFF, and I help women like you finally find relief by connecting the dots your doctors might have missed. I've been exactly where you are, so if you're tired of feeling dismissed, you're in the right place. I remember sitting in my doctor's office being told everything looked normal on paper, but I could barely keep my eyes open or think straight. So if you've been feeling dismissed or wondering if it's all in your head, let me tell you it is not. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 hidden reasons you might still feel stuck with Hashimoto's, things that almost no one talks about. Plus, I created a free resource to help you start connecting these dots in your own journey. It's called the Hashimoto Symptom Map, and it walks you through the most common symptoms and what they're tied to at the root cause level. You'll find the link for that down in the description box below. All right, so let's hop into the first big reason you might still be feeling stuck with Hashimoto's. And unfortunately, this one is so common: incomplete labs. One of the biggest reasons so many women still feel awful with Hashimoto's is because the labs their doctors run are incomplete. Most of the time, you only get tested for TSH and maybe T4, and while those numbers can definitely be helpful, they only give you a teeny tiny snapshot of what's actually happening with your thyroid. Problem is, Hashimoto's isn't just about thyroid hormone levels. It's an autoimmune condition. That means your immune system is attacking your thyroid. And unless you're looking deeper, you can completely miss what's going on underneath the surface. What your doctor isn't running could be the key to why you still feel so bad. Tests like free T3. This one is perhaps one of the most critical to track. This one shows you how much active thyroid hormone your body has, which is the form that is converted from T4 and is the one that your body can actually use. Then there is tracking thyroid antibodies like TPO. This tells you if your immune system is in attack mode, and if so, by how much. And then there are your nutrient levels like iron, vitamin D, and selenium, which are all crucial for thyroid health. Not too long ago, my labs looked fine on paper. My doctor looked me straight in the eyes and said everything looks normal. Meanwhile, I could barely drag myself out of bed, my hair was falling out, and I felt like I was walking through life in a fog. I left that appointment feeling confused, defeated, and honestly questioning myself. Was it all in my head, or was I just being dramatic? Well, once I finally got a full thyroid panel, so not just TSH and T4, but the deeper markers as well, everything started to make sense. I wasn't crazy. My body was actually giving me signs all along. The problem was the testing wasn't complete. So if you've ever looked at your lab results and thought, okay, this doesn't explain how awful I actually feel, I want you to hear me clearly. You're not crazy. Your labs just weren't telling the whole story. And here's the thing. Even if you do get the right labs, there's another piece that most people don't talk about, which brings me to my next point, focusing only on thyroid hormones. Here's what I mean. Remember, Hashimoto's is an autoimmune disease. That means your immune system is attacking your thyroid, and the thyroid is just the victim in the situation. The way most doctors treat it is by simply adjusting your thyroid hormone levels with medication. Now, don't get me wrong, medication can absolutely be helpful and necessary for many people, but it doesn't calm down the immune system, and it doesn't address why your thyroid is being attacked in the first place. It's kind of like having a house fire. If you only spray water on the corner in the living room, but the kitchen is still up in flames, you're never gonna get the fire under control. Treating thyroid hormones alone is the same. You're putting out one tiny bit of the problem while the real damage continues in the background. And this is why so many women say, I'm on medication, but I still feel terrible. It's not that the medication isn't doing anything, it's that the root cause hasn't been addressed. The immune imbalance, the inflammation, the triggers, those are all still simmering underneath, keeping you exhausted, foggy, and frustrated. This is where empowerment comes in. Once you understand that Hashimoto's isn't just a thyroid issue, you can start looking at the bigger picture, meaning supporting your immune system, calming the inflammation, and identifying your unique personal triggers can make a world of difference. And it finally explains why you felt something was missing, because something was missing in your care. So if you've ever wondered, why do I still feel this way even though I'm still taking my meds? That's the reason. It's not your fault, it's just that your treatment plan has only been tackling a sliver of the problem. And finally, there is one more sneaky thing that can keep you stuck. And this one is not even medical: overlooking stress and lifestyle triggers. And I know, when you are already exhausted, foggy, and barely keeping up with daily life, the last thing you need is someone handing you a giant list of things to fix. That just feels overwhelming and impossible. But the truth is, small shifts in your daily habits can make a huge difference in how you feel. Things like stress, sleep, gut health, and even blood sugar balance. These aren't just side notes, they are a huge part of the Hashimoto's puzzle. Think about stress, for example. When your body is constantly in fight or flight mode, your immune system gets triggered again and again and again and again, which can flare your symptoms and make you feel worse. Or sleep. If your body never gets the deep rest that it needs, your thyroid can't repair your hormones and stay in balance. And then there's your blood sugar. Spikes and crashes throughout the day can leave you even more tired, more moody, and foggy. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go change everything overnight, because honestly, that's impossible when you're already running on empty. But what does help is focusing on one or two simple things. For example, eating balanced meals with protein, fat, and fiber so that your blood sugar stays stable. Or creating little wind down routines before bed. Maybe turning off screens earlier, the lights, or even just giving yourself 10 minutes to breathe before sleep. These things might sound small, but they add up. And here's the best part: they're not dependent on your doctor. They're real physical factors that you can start doing today to help lower your thyroid and immune system function. Once you start addressing them, your body finally has the chance to heal instead of staying stuck in survival mode. So if you've been told lifestyle doesn't really matter when it comes to Hashimoto's, I want you to know that these pieces do matter, and you don't have to tackle them all at once. Little by little, these shifts can transform the way you feel. If this video gave you some clarity or made you feel a little bit more hopeful, please tell me in the comments. I really want to know. And please like and subscribe, not just so that you don't miss future videos, but so this message can reach more women with Hashimoto's who need to hear that they're not alone as well. I am cheering you on every step of the way. You've got this, and I will see you in the next one.